be called just Dr. NYARAI. I'm a naturopathic doctor by profession, and it's a second career for me actually. I have extensive background in marketing and business. My main focus was I want to do infectious disease from a natural perspective, because at the time when I was going to school, that was my key interest. Then for me, the other interest was women's health. I was like, that's what I'm going to focus on. And then when I opened my practice, the first few patients I got more men than women. So the type of medicine I practice is actually, family medicine, just general medicine. Certainly I'm not the person you come to when you have an emergency. I have an accident, I can help you with the recovery afterwards. But yeah, I just do general medicine. People who have suffered from stomach issues for a very long time and really can't find a good solution for them, and we've had to change diet, so it becomes about lifestyle, changing diet, maybe eliminating some things that triggers to whatever your condition is, if it's your stomach, and then taking some supplements. And yes, I've had some very good reviews and people who come back. I think the biggest testimony is when somebody else refers someone to come and see me because they had a good experience. And I've also had situations, we're not all God, I'm not all perfect. I've also had people who've come and I haven't been able to help them, or this hasn't really worked for them. So it's a full range. But I think for the most part, I think most of the people that have come have been happy. But it's not as a result of just me. The person also has to do the work, so I'm partnering with someone. So if I'm making you make some changes in your diet, or to ask you to exercise, or to ask you to reduce stress, I can give you those guidance, but if you don't follow through, then nothing really works. So it's really partnering into your wellness. So overall I've been very happy with the results. And there's sometimes you take it personally when somebody doesn't get better, or they get worse, or they don't come back. But I really believe people should have all the options to health. Maybe coming to me is not their solution. Maybe going to see another type of doctor. Maybe to see a chiropractor. Maybe they need to see a counselor. Maybe they need to, take some time off and go into nature. Or maybe they're not sleeping enough. So all of this is for all good medicine. I'm not the be end of somebody's health. My biggest passion and vision is really to have a wellness center where people can come in a retreat. Some people will come for a retreat for a day, some people might come for a retreat for a week or a month, and to address their health, to have cooking, a place where people can learn how to cook different meals, healthy meals, a place for people to come and get wellness in the sense of not just your internal health, but your external, places where they can get acupuncture, where they can get massages, where they can get aromatherapy. So just have a complete wellness center and an integrative medical practice. So when somebody comes, somebody gets integrated care. So there's a team of people who are working for that person's health. So you have somebody who's talking about their nutrition, or somebody who's talking about their bone structure, and somebody who does massages for them. And so we can look at that person and say, okay, this is Patrick and this is his health concern. What can I bring to the table to help him optimize his health? That would be ideal holistic medicine. In the few years that I've been practicing, the interest has grown. People are curious to find out about herbs and vitamins and stuff. So I also get a lot of referrals from people who come to see me. But it's a whole wide range of people. So and I'm lucky and I'm grateful for that. The value for your health is really important, right? The story about prevention is better than cure, right? And sometimes you might say, oh yeah, I'm telling you to change your diet. It might be expensive initially, but if you look at it over the years, the benefits are greater. So, without your health, you have no wealth and you have no life. So it's important to put a little bit of priority. I do have occasion, you know, when somebody comes to see me and it's a financial thing. And if somebody talks to me, you know, we're able to talk and figure out. I do have what you know I consider a sliding scale. So somebody can say, I don't really have all the funds, but I would like some assistance, and I do offer that. You know, every week or so I have a couple of people that I do that for. And you know, when you go to medical school, you get a few classes on business, and that's the advantage I had, is that I come from a more of a business mind, and so you also become very self-critical. So it's just wanting to make sure, like when I first started, didn't have a lot, and you know, you have to get signs up, you have to get furniture, and the expenses of that was a little bit daunting. But the way I see life is that when you say yes to your dream, when you say yes to your passion, things work out. People, you know, my family, my friends were very, very helpful. I remember telling a friend of mine that, I need to paint my office. And he's like, I have paint, you know, and paint is usually very expensive. So, so the moments that have been challenging have proven to have gifts in it, you know, more than have surprised me, really. We think of the pandemic and illness in general, right? What is key to do is to make sure that your immune system is healthy and robust. You know, we have a very amazing and intelligent body. So making sure that you're sleeping well, you know, drinking water, reducing stresses, you know, taking the necessary supplements if you need to do that, you know, to just make sure that you're staying well. Because at some point we all have to interact with people. We also have to ensure that we're washing our hands regularly. And I think that's some of the things that we've been reminded about. How do we take care of ourselves? Are we washing our hands regularly? You know, are we disinfecting areas? You know, are we disinfecting even your phone? We forget about stuff like that. So I think that those have been really wonderful reminders. Certainly there's a wealth of herbs and supplements that work amazingly for health. And if we think about medications, a lot of them, their origins come from herbs. So if you think of aspirin, comes from willow bark, white willow, and so there's a lot of places where herbs and prescription medicine come into play. But yeah, I think you probably have noticed it in your own life, where you've started to take care about your health. Even sun, you know, the importance of being out in the sun and having vitamin D. So I think better future means you following your dream. When you live in your purpose, in what you believe is your calling for your life, things come to you. You know, when you do the things that bring you joy. So I'm available on social media at Sage, SAGER Health. For my practice is called Sage Restorative Health. And it's called Sage because my father's first name was Sam and my mother's name was Gertrude, so I did it in their honor. And then also Sage the plant, and Sage the sharer of wisdom. So, and restorative because we're restoring you back to health, and we're restoring you back to, you know, who you are. You can find me on Twitter at Dr. NYARAI or Sage R Health on Instagram and Twitter. My website is sagehw.com, and email it's info@sagehw.com. And currently my office is in Newlands. You can also call at +263 719 253 769, or they can call internationally at +1 312 772 2758.